You assume she would never seriously consider a man your age. Then the age jokes stop. She starts complaining about younger men, asking about the life you built, and becoming noticeably more cooperative when you take the lead. And I know what you're thinking. Maybe she is just friendly. But when these changes happen together, friendship is no longer the full explanation. She has started treating you like a man she wants. Here are 8 things she does first. 1. She stops treating your age like a disadvantage. At first, she makes the difference obvious. You mention a song, and she reminds you it came out before she was born. She may even call you old man. It's playful, but it also keeps you outside the category of men she might actually date. Then those jokes disappear. Now, when you talk about your past, she listens. She asks what you were like at her age and whether you have ever wanted someone younger. So, what changed? Not the age gap, the meaning she attached to it. She now sees experience and a man who already knows who he is. You're no longer an older man she happens to know. You're a man she wants, and he happens to be older. 2. She starts telling you why younger men disappoint her. She tells you about the man who could not make a simple decision, the one with big plans who never finishes anything. Then she looks at you and says, "At least you know what you want." Or, "Talking to you is so much easier." You may think she is just complaining about dating, right? But notice who she keeps comparing those men to. You. Those are not random compliments. She is ranking men, and once you become the standard, their weaknesses become harder for her to ignore. She is not merely telling you why dating frustrates her. She is telling you why the men she normally dates are losing, and why you are beginning to look like the better option. 3. She becomes unusually interested in what you have built. She asks about the business you started, the places you lived, and the decisions that changed your life. She wants the story behind the result. Because here is the difference. A younger man often asks her to believe in his potential. He tells her what he plans to build once everything works out. You have evidence. You made the decisions, survived the failures, and produced results she can see. So when you say something can be handled, your words carry weight. Maybe she simply admires you, but admiration stays focused on what you accomplished. Attraction becomes curious about the man those accommodations produced. She is not just studying your past, she is measuring your value now. 4. She tests whether your confidence is real. Now, this is where some men get confused, because attraction does not always make a woman agreeable. Sometimes it makes her push harder. She challenges your opinion, teases you in front of other people, or changes the plan and watches your face. Or she mentions another man who wants her, then waits for your reaction. Why? Because confidence is easy to perform when nobody resists you. She wants to know whether yours survives pressure. If she cannot shake your composure or make you compete for her, her respect rises. She is checking whether your confidence was real in the first place. And once she believes it is, watch what happens next. 5. She starts letting you lead. Someone has to choose where to eat, where to sit, or what happens next. You decide. She follows. She accepts the plan without rebuilding it or questioning every small decision. That may seem minor, but around younger men, she may be used to making the plans and managing every detail. Around you, that behavior starts disappearing. She likes not having to supervise the moment. So yes, she may become more submissive around you. She cooperates and lets you set the pace. She does not want to lead a man she genuinely respects. She wants to feel that he can take control without looking to her for permission. If she takes charge around everyone else, but becomes more cooperative around you, pay attention. She is showing you the position she wants you to occupy. 6. She becomes softer and more feminine around you. Her voice changes slightly. She touches her hair and becomes more aware of how she looks when you arrive. She may even ask for help with something she could handle herself. And that is the interesting part. She can be fiercely independent everywhere else. Around you, she finds small reasons to let you do things for her. She wears the color you complimented and asks what you think of her appearance. She wants you to notice her as a woman. Around men she does not respect, she may stay controlling and in charge. Around a man she wants, that edge drops. She stops proving she can do everything alone and becomes warmer, more receptive, and more willing to show vulnerability. The stronger your masculinity feels to her, the more feminine she becomes in response. That contrast is part of the attraction. 7. She starts seeking your approval. She tells you about the promotion, asks what you think, then studies your reaction. She does not merely want a polite compliment. She wants you to be impressed. Now, I know what you're thinking. Everyone enjoys praise. True, but not everyone changes her behavior because one particular man praised her. Tell her a dress looks good, and she wears it again. She remembers the exact words. Your approval carries weight because she believes you have standards. A woman can enjoy attention from a man she considers beneath her, but his opinion does not affect her. When your reaction starts influencing her choices, she has placed you above the other men competing for her attention. She does not merely want your attention, she wants your approval. 8. She starts breaking her own rules for you. She once said she would never date a man more than 10 years older. Now she explains why your situation might be different. She normally leaves early but stays another hour. She never texts first, until she finds a reason to contact you. And if a friend mistakes you for a couple, she no longer rushes to correct the assumption. So yes, she may still explain why getting involved would be complicated, but what does she actually do? She keeps seeing you, creating private moments, and imagining how it could work. Women describe preferences as firm rules until they meet a man they want badly enough to break them for. The rule was created before she knew you. Now you are the exception standing in front of her. By the time she admits she wants you, these changes may have been happening for weeks. Most older men miss them because they are waiting for obvious flirting. But the first change is not in what she says, it is in the role she gives you. You stop being the older man she talks to. You become the man she compares everyone else against. If you want to recognize the signals women reveal before they admit how they feel, I put together 25 forbidden signals she's secretly into you. You'll find it linked in the description. And watch 10 things women check out on a man in the first 5 seconds. Some judgments happen before you say your first word.